at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and have them sew that patch onto your Letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your Letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you.
This is number 46, Shane Dose from the South High Bison football team, and you're listening to the game on 1112 BISN, your Bison network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335. Or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you. Have a package that you need shipped somewhere? Then visit American Storage and Postal. Not only will they custom pack your shipment, but they will also ship the package for you using UPS, FedEx, and USPS. But their service doesn't stop there. At American Storage and Postal, you can also rent mailboxes for personal or business use. They also offer other services such as fax, copying, and notary. Give American Storage and Postal a call at 307-635-9335. That's 307-635-9335. Or visit them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them that 1112 BISN sent you.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Wyoming knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
When you sell your home, there's a lot to worry about. Is your home priced right? Is it being marketed properly? With Misty Woods from Number One Properties, not only will she make sure that your home is priced accurately based on market value, but she will also ensure all potential buyers are aware of your listing. With her personal and professional marketing each listing, you can rest easy by leaving all the big details to her. Visit Misty at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com to learn more about what Misty can do for you. So start taking all of that stress away from selling your home by visiting mistywoods.com or call her at 307-214-7055. Misty Woods and Number One Properties, expertise and friendly services just a click or a phone call away. Tired of paying rent? Tired of living in a house where a landlord tells you what is or what is not allowed in the home? Then visit Misty Woods for Number One Properties at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com and begin your journey to owning your own home. Search through all of the homes that Misty has listed on her website. Then schedule a meeting with Misty and let her get to work for you. Misty will help you find the home that meets your needs. And the best part is, she will walk you through each and every step of your purchase and truly guide you through the entire process until you sign your name on the dotted line. Your path to owning your own home is only a click away at mistywoods.com.
Hey, I've got a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job for custom graphics? Here's an idea. Check out Custom Illusions and put on those graphics with their hydro dipping process. Go down and see Randy Peterson.
Welcome to 1112 BISN and Sheridan High School as we are hitting our third game of opening round action of the 4A East Conference Tournament. Earlier games, I'll tell you what, you missed some dandies. Central Lady Indians knocked off our Lady Bison from Cheyenne South 49-40 to advance to the second round of this tournament and to the state championships. And Central Boys just defeated Laramie 50-47 in an exciting game. That's all Laramie claw back from a 14-point deficit to lose, though, as Central moves on. Central sends both their teams to state. So we're going to go over the starters now for Central. Up for Laramie. Set right, 5'5" sophomore, starting for Laramie. 5'7" sophomore, number 2, Olivia Durrell. 5'5", Savannah Cox, number 4. 5'9", Eliza Dickinson. Ooh, is our camera almost... Poor Keith Kelly, I'll tell you what. And then Pickard for Laramie. Now for your East Thunderbird starters. Coach Horsley, the coach for East. Ashton Horsley starting for the Lady T-Birds. Kayla Evans, number 5, 5'4" senior. Number 22, 5'11", senior, Morgan Sanders. Hersig, Justine Hersig. And then number 43, Cosette Stellern. Even though they have her listed as 21 on the program. 6-foot senior, 43, Cosette Stellern. Sorry, guys, I had her listed as number 21. That's what they had her in the program, so I will try my best to get everybody's names right. Number 35, Hersig, gonna jump. Boy, they got all the numbers wrong here. East wins it. Brodall quickly going in. She gets fouled. She's gonna go to the free throw line. Brodall. 6 seconds into the game. 2-shot foul. Cox picks up the foul. First free throw is good. Brodall. Second free throw, up and in. East leads 2-0. They won the season series by an average of 64-22. Number 45, Pickard with the ball for Laramie. Loses control. Recovered by Hersig. Hersig back to Stellern. Stellern with a short jumper. She's fouled. Basket's good. And she's going to go to the free throw line. I tell you what, Stellern, 6-foot sophomore. So the 4A East is going to have to deal with her for 2 more, and her sister for 2 more years. Free throw, up and in. East jumps out to a 5-0 lead. Laramie inbounds. That's Pickard. They get the ball to Cox. Pickard has the ball again. She travels. They don't call it. Number 13, Dickinson, is going to be fouled. Ashton Horsley is picked up the foul for Ashton Horsley, I'm sorry. Picked up the foul for East. Laramie has the ball. Number 1 inbounds it. And that's number 2, Durrell, with the ball. She gets it into the front court. She's met by Brodall. Comes out to her. She comes to the center.
and gets the ball to number 13, Dickinson. Dickinson being guarded by Hersig. Far side to set right. Back to Dickinson. Dickinson being guarded by Hersig. She drives on her cutoff. Back out to Durrell now from Laramie. East playing really good defense. East is just a good team. As I see it, it's going to be really hard for Laramie to pull out this upset tonight, but there's going to be a chance as Brodall gets called for the foul. That's the second foul on the T-Birds. First foul on Brodall. So both teams with 2 fouls now. I missed who picked up the foul for Laramie earlier. So Laramie inbounds it into the backcourt, and that's going to be Dickinson bringing it into the front court. She's met by Hersig. She tries to drive by. Hersig playing good defense. She gets her spun around now, but Dickinson has nothing going, so she kicks it back out to Set Right. Set Right with the ball, being guarded by Horsley. Horsley playing good defense, forces her, almost loses the ball, almost travels, gives the ball back to Durrell. Now Durrell with the ball, almost gets the ball stolen, gives it off to Dickinson. Dickinson, far side, has nothing going on. She's got a count going on. She's got a dribble. She dribbles it out to the top of the key, dribbles it back out now. Nothing going on now. Durrell has the ball near the timeline. 5-0 your score. We're 2 minutes into this first quarter. 4 fouls total, 2 on each team. Durrell being guarded by Brodall gives it back off to Dickinson, who's met by Hersig from the Lady T-Birds, Cheyenne East. She's not biting those foot fakes that Dickinson's throwing out there either. She gives the ball off to Set Right. Laramie staying patient, gives the ball back to Durrell. It's 5-0, 5.5 minutes left. I hear the Laramie coach is counting. So Durrell gets it in. She's triple teamed. They kick it back out to Pickard, who kicks it back out to Cox. Cox looking for somebody. She's being guarded by Evans. She fights through the screen. Cox back out to Dickinson, who's met by Hersig. They're counting out the count that's going on. So Pickard gets the ball. She's being guarded by Cosette Stellern, who gives the ball off now to Set Right. Back to Durrell, being guarded by Brodall. I guess if there's one way you want to stay close in the game, just keep the ball on the outside and pass it around so you get an open shot. This could be the whole first quarter. The ball's almost stolen by Horsley. It's tipped again by Horsley, but Pickard gets the ball, gives it back to Set Right. Ooh, almost got the 5-second call. Set Right picks up her dribble. No one to give the ball to. Gives it back to Pickard now. Pickard gives the ball to Dickinson. Dickinson with the ball. Centers it up. Met by Hersig. Right on the eye of the horse head of the Sheridan Bronx. Goes far side now. Hersig gets screened. Set Right with the ball from Laramie. They're just passing the ball around the perimeter. They're not even trying to attack the inside. They're not even trying to get it into the paint. They're just passing the ball around the perimeter. There's nothing going on. 4 minutes. They've had the ball probably 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes here. They haven't even gotten into the paint once. Hersig, there's the 5-second count. But I'll tell you what a wasted possession. Number 10 set to check in. That's Loken for Cheyenne East. What a wasted possession for Laramie. Passing the ball around. Don't even get the ball into the paint once just to turn it over on a 5-second count. So now Evans with the ball for East. She gets it into the front court slowly. No rush here. She comes near side, gives it down low to Hersig. Has to pass it back to Evans. Almost shot the 3. Down low. Ball knocked out of bounds by Dickinson. Loken had the ball in the paint. She knocked it out of bounds. East will have possession. 3:40 left in the first quarter. The Lady T-Birds lead 5-0 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. You East fans out there, make sure there's a 5-second count. Turnover East. Make sure when you visit Dairy Queen, just up the hill from where you guys are out on Pershing, let them know that 1112 BISN sent you. I want to say hi to all the Cheyenne East fans watching the game. Dickinson from Laramie gets the ball over to Pickard, who gets the ball over to Cox. Cox into the front court. Traveled. They don't call it. She gets the ball out to Dickinson, and here we go again. 5-0. 3:22 left in this first quarter, and we spent about 4 of it with Laramie doing this. This is why they should have a shot clock in high school, which is why they're thinking about it, actually. So number 10, Loken, steals the ball away. They give the ball over to Stellar, and Stellar drives into the near side baseline, puts up the shot, misses, gets her own rebound, puts up the shot again, misses. Evans gets the rebound. She puts the shot back in. East leads 7-0. Pickard back to Dickinson. Dickinson into the front court. They got a wide open set right, who almost gets a block. She gets the shot to fall. Laramie finally gets on the scoreboard. Quick pace. Evans with the ball now. East leading 7-2. Hersig with the ball in the front court. She gets it down low to Stellern. Turnaround jumper, and it goes as Stellern gets her fifth point of the quarter. East leads 9-2. Pickard with the ball. Gets it back to Dickinson. Dickinson up ahead to Cox. Cox holds it now. Gets it back to Dickinson, far side in the front court. 9-2 is your score. 2:12 left in this first quarter. I really hope the National Federation of High School, whatever they're called, puts in a shot clock just for offenses like this. I really, really do. Loken just hounding Durrell, and she gets the ball off the set right, who's being guarded by Horsley. Back to Durrell. Loken comes up to get the count going. She pulls it back. Durrell pulls it back again, gives it over to set right. Horsley on her. Horsley not giving an inch. Oh, set right gets by her that time. They give it over to Dickinson, wide open in the paint, but East collapsed really well on her. Now Dickinson trying to get Hersig to bite for any type of fakes, and Hersig is just not hungry right now because she has not bitten once on any of the foot fakes, head fakes, nothing. She's just saying, if you're going to get it to me, you're going to get it by me, you're going to get it by me, but I'm not buying it with these head fakes. So Dickinson gives it off to Durrell, being guarded by Loken. She goes far side, pulls it back. Loken reaches for the steal, doesn't get it. She passes it back out to Dickinson now. Dickinson met by Hersig. Hersig, great defense on her, makes her force to give it back to Durrell. Durrell being guarded by Loken now, resetting the offense, pulling it back out, goes far side, gives it over to Set right now, being guarded by Horsley. Set right with the ball. Ooh, almost got the 5-second call on her as well. Dickinson back with the ball. I'd say Hersig's probably been the busiest defender for the Lady T-Birds this whole quarter, as Dickinson's had the ball most of the time. Durrell drives in, kicks it back out to Cox. Nothing going on. She kicks it back out to Durrell. Durrell far side, being guarded by Loken. Pulls it back. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Dickinson with the ball now. She goes far side, and it's stolen by Kayla Evans. Kayla Evans rushing into the front court, stops, kicks it out to Horsley. Horsley gives it over to Hersig. Hersig down low to Stellar, but it's stolen by Dickinson. 7 seconds left. They get the ball over to Set Right. Set Right puts it in for the shot. She's not going to get a shot out. Oh, wait, Dickinson does, and she misses. And we're going to go into the second quarter with your Cheyenne East Lady Thunderbirds leading 9-2 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. We'll be back for second quarter action on 11-12 BISN, your Bison Network.
If you got a doubt, hey, he'll let you know. Give him a call, 634-DIP. That's 634-3477, or stop by at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Here's a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job to get those custom graphics? Go see Randy Peterson at Custom Illusions to get those custom graphics put on through their hydro dipping process. From mild to wild, if it fits, it dips. And if you have any questions, give them a call at 634-DIP. That's 634-3477. Or stop in at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Custom Illusions, your hydro dipping and automotive specialists.
What do high schools do?
Hey, this is Alan, 11-12 BISN, coming back ready for the second quarter action here in Sheridan High School for the third game of the opening round of the 4A East Conference Tournament. Your Cheyenne East Lady Thunderbirds lead the Laramie Lady Plainsmen 9-2 in what was a very slow-moving, and I'm not talking like foul-wise or anything, it was just a slow-moving quarter. I mean, time-wise, it went by really quick and probably got the tournament back up to speed because Laramie just passed the ball around the perimeter, waiting for the right shot, turned it over 2 times as they held the ball for about 4 minutes on a total of 2 possessions and turned it over twice. Laramie will have the ball to start the second quarter. So the one thing they're thinking is if they slow the ball game down, they might be able to hang with East, but they keep turning the ball over. They keep doing that. It's not going to happen as Brodall gets the ball. Number 11 is checked in for East. She misses. Sierra Stellern checked in. And there's a battle for the loose ball, and there's going to be a foul on number 15, Sierra Stellern. She gets called for the foul. Third foul on East. Her sister Cosette had 5 of the Lady T-Birds' 9 points in the first quarter. So Laramie with the ball, inbounds it, throws it right out of bounds. So East will have possession. Number 10, Loken is going to inbound for the Lady T-Birds. On the floor for the Lady T-Birds is Loken, Evans, Brodall, Erickson, and Sierra Stellern. Loken with the ball, gives it over to Erickson. Erickson pulls it back out. She was thought about the 3. She goes far side. Tacks, goes to the basket, puts up the shot, up and in for Erickson as she gets her first points of the game. East leads 11-2. Put on the full court press. Laramie slows it down, beats it, and now Dickinson has the ball. She's met by Erickson this time, as Hersig was on her the whole first quarter. She probably needs a break because she guarded her pretty much the whole first quarter. And there's a turnover as she carried the ball literally through the traffic. She carried it. She's looking at the refs like, yeah, I don't think I did. Laramie fans, once again, not happy with the call. Erickson inbounds to Brodall. She gets the play call from Coach Horsley. She's met by Setright. She comes near side. Nice dribble behind the back. Gives it off to Sierra Stellern, who kicks it out to Erickson far side. Erickson puts up the 3, and she misses, but it's rebounded by Stellern. Back to Evans. Evans back to Stellern. She goes far side baseline, and she's going to be fouled by number 45, Pickard. That's going to be Pickard's first. The third foul on Laramie. That's her second, actually. So Erickson going to inbound underneath Laramie basket into Stellern, puts up the shot. She misses. Rebounded by Erickson. Kicked out by Evans to Brodall, who gives it back to Evans. East resets. Evans being guarded by Cox. Gets it down low to Brodall, puts up a jump shot. She misses. Turnaround jumper was actually blocked by Laramie, but it's going to go out of bounds. Stellern went in hard for the offensive rebound, had it, but it got knocked out of her hand, so it's East ball. Erickson going to inbound. She gets it into Brodall, near side baseline, launches the 3, and she misses. Rebounded by Setright. Score is still 11-2 with 6:35 left in the first quarter. Dickinson going to slow it down. She gets it into the front court, being guarded by Brodall. Forces her right. And there's a foul. I think it's going to be on Brodall. It is. That's going to be her second. Team fourth. Number 32, Bastian checking in for Laramie. Checking in for Pickard. On the floor for your Lady T-Birds, same 5 that started the quarter. Nope, Horsley checked back in. Ashton Horsley checked back in for East. So it's Horsley, Evans, Sierra Stellern, Erickson, and Loken. Ooh, there's a foul. Oh, they're calling it a 2-shot foul as Cox drove in on Evans. Evans is going to pick up her first, team 5th. And number 12, Cox, is going to the free throw line. Score is 11-2. 6:11 left in this half. First free throw is up, and she misses. Cox on the season is a 62% free throw shooter. If you're going to play this type of game, you got to make sure you hit those freebies when you get them. Second free throw is up. She misses both, and it's going to be rebounded by Ashton Horsley. Horsley with the ball in the backcourt, pushing it into the front court. She gets it into the front court, passes it off to Evans, near side. Evans back to Horsley, over to Erickson. Erickson down low to Loken. Turnaround jumper misses. Rebounded by number 32, Bastian, who gives it off to Setright, and she gets it into the front court, being guarded by Horsley. Horsley forces her right. She kicks it back out to Durrell now, being guarded by Loken. Durrell with the ball, far side. Goes to the sideline, and I'll tell you what, that's a good defense by Loken. Knocked the ball out of her hands. Durrell pulls it back, gives it off to Setright, reset the offense, and they're waiting. 5.5 minutes left in this first half. East leads 11-2 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Nice give and go there. That should have been a travel. She went up and down, and it is Durrell. That was the right idea. She just traveled with it. Another turnover, Laramie. East leads 11-2. 5:15 left in this game. That's Evans who gives it down to Loken. Loken gives it back off to Erickson. Back to Evans for the three, and she misses. And that's going to be rebounded by Stellern. That's Sierra Stellern. And they get it over to Erickson, far side baseline. She turns in, nice screen. She turns around for the jumper, and she hits. So Erickson's got 4 points all in this quarter. 13-2 is your score for the Lady T-Birds. Cosette Stellern set to check back in, as Dickinson gets it into the front court, being guarded by Erickson. So is Hersig. Hersig set to check in as well. Dickinson goes far side to Durrell. Durrell being guarded, now double teamed. Now Erickson gets her. She comes near side, picks up her dribble, gives it off to Dickinson, who's being guarded by Loken from East. She tries to get by Loken, almost loses the ball, met by Sierra Stellern, kicks it back out, and now they reset the offense as Durrell has the ball. 4:20 left in this first half. East leads 13-2 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. You Cheyenne fans, if you have a student athlete, or if you are a student and a student athlete, and you have a Letterman's jacket that needs to get a letter stitched, make sure you go to a Stitch and Life located off East Pershing, just down the line from, matter of fact, pretty much just next door to Dairy Queen. Tell them 1112 BISN sent you. 32 gets called for the foul. That's Bastion, illegal screen. That's the fourth foul on Laramie. So the foul count stands East with 5, Laramie with 4. I want to thank all the Cheyenne viewers for tuning in. Matter of fact, while you're waiting to get your Letterman jacket turned in, make sure you visit Dairy Queen and tell them 1112 BISN sent you when you order yourself a Blizzard. So Loken with the ball. She's being guarded closely by Bastion. Picks up her dribble on the baseline, gives it over to Cosette Stellern, who's checked in. She's being guarded by Dickinson. Gives it over to a cutting Horsley, who's fouled as she shoots, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. She's got 2 points in the game scored in the first quarter. Foul is going to be on number 1 set right, her first, team 5th. Both teams with 5 now, as Horsley going to the free throw line for 2. She's a 50% free throw shooter on the season. First free throw is up and in. That makes it a 12-point lead for East, 14-2. Make sure you stay tuned in after this game, as your South High Bison boys will face the Cheyenne East Thunderbirds. And she makes both. 15-2 is your score. Bastion with the ball, gets it over to Setright, wide open. She puts the layup up and in. Second field goal of the game for Laramie, as it's 15-4 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Hersig, kick it around. Evans with the ball now, back down low to Hersig, and she's fouled by number 32, Bastion. She picks up her second foul. Laramie's 6th team foul. So the next foul they get called on will send East to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Evans gets the ball. It was inbounded, but it hit the bottom of the net, so it slowed it down, and Laramie's able to recover that loose ball. Turnover, Satin East. Dickinson throws up a runner. She's going to be fouled by Cosette Stellern. I don't know where they saw that foul. Stellern literally let her go by, but they're going to call the foul, and even Stellern, even Cosette, looked at the ref like, what? Are you kidding me? Did you seriously call that foul? Dickinson to the free throw line for 2. She hits her first. That's her first points of the game. Yes, that was a foul. Yes, it was. So Dickinson going to the free throw line for a second. Gets the ball, and she's about to shoot it. Up and in. She hits both. She gets her first points of the game. And it's 15-6. And there's a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take one with them at 3:09 in the second quarter. Your Cheyenne East Lady Thunderbirds lead 15-6 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Stay tuned for more action on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life, located at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard, and have them sew that patch on your letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you.
This is number 46, Shane Dosaver from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the game on 1112 BISN, your Bison network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal.
And here we're back after that CCI timeout. Capital Communications Incorporated, your Southeast Wyoming telecommunications leader. Give them a call for any needs you need with networking or anything else telecommunication-wise. They'll be able to help you out with you and your business to make sure that all of your communication needs get taken care of. That's Capital Communications Incorporated, proud sponsor of 1112 BISN. Out of that timeout, Hersig gets the ball. She passes it forward to Horsley. Horsley now puts up a runner. She misses, and it's rebounded by Laramie. That's Dickinson with the ball. Sorry, they couldn't get the camera over fast enough. Dickinson. Long cross-court pass to number 5 who checked in. That's Titanser. They pass it around. Dickinson with the ball being guarded by Hersig. Now they cross-court to set right being guarded by Evans. Dickinson left wide open near side baseline. Now they pass it back to number 10 who's checked in, Johnson, and they pass it back out. That's number 12 who throws it clear out of bounds. They're calling for a tip. It's nice to plead for it, I guess. Erickson with the ball, gets it into Hersig, right off of her hands, out of bounds. Turnover East. So tit for tat there. Dickinson with the ball, over to Cox, who gives it over to Titanser. She dribbles into traffic, gets it tipped out of her hands by Erickson. Cosette's able to corral the loose ball. Erickson pushing the pace, gives it over to Hersig. Hersig slows it down near side baseline. Number 3, Horsley, wide open left for the 3. She misses it. Set right with the rebound. Boy, my grammar's just great tonight. This is my 3rd game calling 2 teams. I'm really not familiar with the names. Well, East I am, but I want to thank all you fans for listening to these games. And that's going to be a foul on East, and that's going to send Laramie to the free throw line. Who's the foul on? It's going to be Kayla Evans. It's her 2nd. So that's the single bonus now. Number 12, Cox, going to the free throw line. She missed her earlier free throws she had in this quarter. Savannah Cox going to the free throw line. Laramie's a young team. They have a lot of sophomores on this team that see a lot of playing time. First free throw is up and in, so she'll get the bonus. And now it's 15-7 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard with 1:52 left in this first half. So their game plan of slowing it down has worked to a point because they're only down by 7, 15-8. Cosette quickly into the front court, passes it off to Horsley, puts up the layup, up and in for Horsley. That's her 6th point. And now Laramie going to slow the pace down again. That's Cox with the ball. She gets it over to Set Right, who saves it from being intercepted. Kicks it back out to Dickinson. Trapping defense now for East, trying to speed up the pace. Dickinson with the ball, far side to number 5, Titanser. Far side baseline, kicks it off now Set Right. Set Right with the ball, back to Dickinson. Dickinson with the ball, back to Set Right. Almost stolen away by Horsley. Flex it out of bounds. East leading 17-8. They're going into that trapping defense to kind of force Laramie to speed up the offensive sets, I'm guessing. And that's actually a good game plan as long as you don't get caught out of position like they are right now. A lot of quick passing. But what that does, too, is force Laramie into another turnover. East leading 17-8 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. And there's a wide open number 11, Erickson, going in for the layup. She misses it, and it's rebounded by Laramie. That's Dickinson with the ball, gets it to Set Right. Set Right, sorry, I don't have the camera over there. I'll keep it over here since it's coming now. Dickinson gets the ball in the front court. What happened there, for those of you who missed, Erickson went in for a wide open layup and missed. Sorry, I didn't get it over there. Here comes a mass substitution as number 32 is going to be checking in. 5, Evans, Brodall. Number 22 is checking in. That's Sanders. 32 is Anderson. Sierra Stellern. So it's going to be Anderson. Coach Horsley's in my way, so I can't see that other person. It's Brodall, Anderson, Sierra Stellern, Sanders, and Kayla Evans. On the floor for your Lady T-Birds. East will have the ball out of this Misty Woods #1 Properties timeout. I want to give a shout out to my play-by-play guy in Cheyenne, Steve McDonald. I want to say hey to him and his family. To my lovely wife, Dina Cummings. Tell her I love her and I miss her. They get the ball inbound to Durrell. She gets it into the front court being guarded by Brodall. Brodall cuts her off, makes her hold up her dribble, go far side now. She gives it off to Dickinson. 40 seconds left in this first half. East leading 17-8. Here comes another mass substitution. Next dead ball. Dickinson pulling it back out. She attacks, pulls it back out. Attacks, pulls it back out. Stellern, good defense on her. Recovers, makes her pull it back out again. Dickinson with the ball for Laramie. 17 seconds, 16 left in this first half. South High Bison boys waiting for the halftime so they can get warmed up. Make sure you tune in for that game. That was a great game last week against East. Number 10 goes in for the layup. She misses. Rebounded by Sierra Stella and gives it over to Kayla Evans. Evans tries the cross-court shot. She doesn't get it. And it's your halftime score. Cheyenne East 17, Laramie 8. We'll be back for second half action on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Have a package that you need shipped somewhere? Then visit American Storage and Postal. Not only will they custom pack your shipment, but they will also ship the package for you using UPS, FedEx, and USPS. But their service doesn't stop there. At American Storage and Postal, you can also rent mailboxes for personal or business use. They also offer other services such as fax, copying, and notary. Give American Storage and Postal a call at 307-635-9335. That's 307-635-9335. Or visit them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them that 1112 BISN.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Wyoming knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
When you sell your home, there's a lot to worry about. Is your home priced right? Is it being marketed properly? With Misty Woods from #1 Properties, not only will she make sure that your home is priced accurately based on market value, but she will also ensure all potential buyers are aware of your listing. With her personal and professional marketing of each listing, you can rest easy by leaving all the big details to her. Visit Misty at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com to learn more about what Misty can do for you. So start taking all of that stress away from selling your home by visiting mistywoods.com or call her at 307-214-7055. Misty Woods and Number One Properties, expertise and friendly service is just a click or a phone call away. Tired of paying rent? Tired of living in a house where a landlord tells you what is or what is not allowed in the home? Then visit Misty Woods for Number One Properties at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com and begin your journey to owning your own home. Search through all of the homes that Misty has listed on the website. Then schedule a meeting with Misty and let her get to work for you. Misty will help you find the home that meets your needs. And the best part is, she will walk you through each and every step of your purchase and truly guide you through the entire process until you sign your name on the dotted line. Your path to owning your own home is only a click away at mistywoods.com.
Hey, I've got a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job for custom graphics? Here's an idea. Check out Custom Illusions and put on those graphics with their hydro dipping process. Go down and see Randy Peterson. And if you got a doubt, hey, he'll let you know. Give him a call, 634-DIP. That's 634-3477, or stop by at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Here's a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job to get those custom graphics? Go see Randy Peterson at Custom Illusions to get those custom graphics put on through their hydro dipping process. From mild to wild, if it fits, it dips. And if you have any questions, give them a call at 634-DIP. That's 634-3477. Or stop in at 909 East Fox Farm Road, number 1. Custom Illusions, your hydro dipping and automotive specialist.
What do high school students, student athletes, police, fire, and military personnel all have in common? They often have a need to have patches and other items sewn on the letter jackets, jerseys, sports officials' clothing, and uniforms. That's why you need to see A Stitch in Life here in Cheyenne. They are the high-quality, low-priced experts for all your patch attachments, sewing, and embroidery needs. Shannon and her staff specialize in sewing and embroidery and will give you fast, quality service for a low price. So if you've earned that academic or athletic letter in high school, proudly serve as a policeman, fireman, or military member, then call A Stitch in Life at 307-426-5009. Once again, that's 307-426-5009, or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard for all your sewing, tailoring, and embroidery needs. And make sure to tell them 1112 BISN sent you. Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life, located at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard, and have them sew that patch onto your letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you.
This is number 46, Shane Dosaver from the South High Bison football team, and you're listening to the game on 1112 BISN, your Bison network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335 or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you. Have a package that you need shipped somewhere? Then visit American Storage and Postal. Not only will they custom pack your shipment, but they will also ship the package for you using UPS, FedEx, and USPS. But their service doesn't stop there. At American Storage and Postal, you can also rent mailboxes for personal or business use. They also offer other services such as fax, copying, and notary. Give American Storage and Postal a call at 307-635-9335. That's 307-635-9335. Or visit them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them that 1112 BISN sent you.
let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Wyoming knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
When you sell your home, there's a lot to worry about. Is your home priced right? Is it being marketed properly? With Misty Woods from Number One Properties, not only will she make sure that your home is priced accurately based on market value, but she will also ensure all potential buyers are aware of your listing. With her personal and professional marketing of each listing, you can rest easy by leaving all the big details to her. Visit Misty at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE Woods.com to learn more about what Misty can do for you. So start taking all of that stress away from selling your home by visiting mistywoods.com or call her.
Hey, we're back here to begin second half action. Your Lady Thunderbirds lead 17-8 over the Laramie Lady Plainsmen, and Laramie has done a really good job of slowing the game down, and it has taken East out of the really fast-paced offense they could score with. It's probably a good idea when you look at the two meetings they had in the regular season. East won those meetings by an average score of 64-22. So right now, East is not on pace to score the 64 points, but Laramie's doing a really good job to slow this pace down, which is really kind of taking East out of their game, and you can tell by some of the shots they've missed. Evans down low to Brodall. Brodall triple team, puts up a shot, misses, gets her own rebound, tip back to her, up and in. Brodall with the basket. She's got 4 points in the game. She scored 2 in the first half. East was led by Ashton Horsley in the first half with 6 points. Laramie gets the ball in the front court, set right, almost loses it. She's double teamed. Kayla Evans actually tied the ball up, and she gets the tie up, and it's going to go back to Laramie still. Laramie ball. Great defense there by Kayla Evans to force the tie up. So at least the possession arrow will go back to East in case if there's another tie up. So they inbound the ball to Pickard, clear in the backcourt. I'm not going to even move the camera back there because they're going to have to get the ball in the front court here eventually. And that's going to be Dickinson being guarded by Hersick, gets it into the front court. She goes far side, tries to attack baseline. Hersick cuts her off really well. So she's forced to bring it back out. Hersick gets her hands on her. They're going to call that foul every time once you well, they're supposed to call that foul every time. How does that sound? First foul on the East Thunderbirds to start the second half. Goes at Stellar and going to scoot back to cover Pickard. As they look to inbound, they get into the set right in the front court, being guarded by Horsley. She goes far side, gets the ball back to Dickinson, who's being guarded by Hersick. She attacks, tries to go baseline. She goes baseline, gets the shot up, and she misses it. And it's going to be rebounded by little Kayla Evans. Out of all of them, Horsley quickly rushes ahead, gives it off to Stellar, who was guarded by Dickinson. She tries to throw it off Stellar. Stellar saves it, kicks it back out to Hersick, who misses it. Brodall gets the rebound. She's fouled, and will go to the free throw line for 2. Brodall had 2 points in the first half. She's got 4 overall, and she's going to the free throw line as number 13 Dickinson gets called with her first foul. First foul on Laramie. Brodall on the season, 76% free throw shooter. First free throw is up and in, so she's got 5 points now. East leads 20-8 on your Dairy Queen scoreboard. Once again, I want to thank all the Cheyenne viewers as well as any other viewers around the country that are watching this. Family members, friends, anything. Second free throw is good. She's got all 4 points for the Lady Thunderbirds in the second half. 21-18 is your score. As Laramie doesn't beat the press. Brodall tips the ball right off of Pickard out of bounds, so East causes another turnover, leading 21-8. Laramie scored 2 points in the first quarter, 6 points in the second. East scored 9 points in the first quarter, 8 points in the second. Ashton Horsley gets the ball into the front court. She gives it off to Stellar, and that's Cosette. Now back to Brodall. Back to Horsley. Horsley being guarded by Durrell. Hersig, nice little pump fake. Puts the shot up. She's hit in the face, and they don't call it. And it's rebounded by Pickard, quickly ahead by Dickinson, who's cut off by Evans. And that's going to be thrown off of, it was tipped out of bounds by East. Got to credit Brodall with the credit to try to chase that ball down. Ashton Brodall and Ashton Horsley. So that's an easy name not to really screw up if you think about it. So set right with the ball. She's met by Stellar. Comes back near side, being guarded by Horsley. She passes it off to Dickinson. Dickinson gets the ball batted, stolen by Brodall. Nice behind the back dribble. Over to Horsley with the layup attempt. And she doesn't get it to fall, but it's rebounded by Hersig, who's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Boy, if the Horsley family's watching, I'm sorry, because every time she's gone in to shoot, I have not been able to get the camera over there fast enough. Second foul on set right. Hersig going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. She has not scored. First free throw is up and in. Lady T-Birds were one of the dominant teams for much of the season, unable to get over the Gillette Sheridan hump, which many teams in the state have not been able to do. So Hersig's second free throw is up, and she misses. And she almost gets her own rebound. And now Laramie set right gets the ball. She kicks it back out to number 12, Cox, who has it. Being guarded by Evans. Has to dribble. Nobody's going to the ball. Pickard with the ball. Oh, they missed a wide open Durrell underneath the basket. Pickard with, they have Durrell wide open. Pickard's not even looking behind her. That's two times that she's gotten the ball against this zone. Scores 22-8, and they're going to slow the pace down a lot now. East is in a zone, and they're not in a rush to dribble the ball. So if you guys are watching this, one great thing about watching on YouTube, you can pause the game, head over to Dairy Queen, get yourself a Blizzard, tell them you got 1112 BISN that told you to do it. Come back, hit play, and I guarantee you the players will be in the same exact positions we are at right now. Well, if you want to erase a 14-point deficit, this is not the way you want to do it. East has no worries. They'll sit there and let Laramie run the clock out all they want because they've got the 14-point lead. They're winning 22-8. So Laramie's kind of putting themselves in a hole by not trying to even score the ball. The game plan they put into this game, I don't know. I have to question it, in my opinion. Pickard, once again, misses a wide-open Durrell. And there's going to be a foul. Should have been a travel, but there's going to be a foul. It's going to be on Kayla Evans for a third. Only the second foul against the T-Birds this half. So now Sierra Stellan checks in, Erickson checks in, and Loken checks in, all for the Thunderbirds. Laramie getting inbound. That's set right with the ball. She gets it into Dickinson, being guarded by Horsley. And it's almost stolen away by Erickson. Dickinson taps it out to Durrell. And there's going to be a timeout. Laramie, 3:54 left in the third quarter. 30-second timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout with him with your Lady Thunderbirds leading 22-8 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard, 11-12 BISN.
At 307-214-7055. Tired of paying rent? Tired of living in a house where a landlord tells you what is or what is not allowed in the home? Then visit Misty Woods for #1 properties at mistywoods.com. That's MISTIE woods.com and begin your journey to owning your own home. Search through all of the homes that Misty has listed on her website. Then schedule a meeting with Misty and let her get to work for you. Misty will help you find the home that meets your needs. And the best part is, she will walk you through each and every step of your purchase and truly guide you through the entire process till you sign your name on the dotted line. Your path to owning your own home is only a...
Back here on the 4A East Conference Tournament, opening round games, third game of the night. On 11-12 BISN, your Lady Thunderbirds lead Laramie 22-8 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. 3:54 left in the third quarter. Laramie really just holding the ball. That's one reason why East has only scored 22 points. But what's sad about it is Laramie's really not trying to score. Like right there, Dickinson had a chance. She had a chance to score. Instead of going all the way into the basket, she kicks the ball out to number 12, Cox, who then travels. That's been the story of Laramie's offensive game plan. Stall, turn the ball over. Stall, turn the ball over. That's pretty much been it. So Brodall with the East gets the ball over to Horsley. Horsley now to Erickson. Erickson down low to Sierra Stellar and wide open. She misses, and it's rebounded by Pickard from East. Point blank range, and Sierra Stellar unable to drop that basket down. Here comes the trap. Erickson gets screened, and that's going to be, how's it a foul? She didn't stick her arms out. Erickson gets called for the foul. She runs into a screen. That's the third foul of the half. She runs into a screen. Pickard falls on her own. There was not an extension of arm. There wasn't even a drop in the shoulder. It was just she ran into the screen. They called the foul on Erickson. Wow. Steve would be hating me right now if he was here. Setright being hounded. Good timeout by Setright. Heady play by Setright to call that timeout. 30-second timeout. Oh, full timeout. We're going to take one with him here. Your Lady Thunderbirds lead. 3:04 left in the third quarter. 22-8. 11-12. BISN, your Bison Network.
Hey, I've got a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job for custom graphics? Here's an idea. Check out Custom Illusions and put on those graphics with their hydro dipping process. Go down and see Randy Peterson. And if you got a doubt, hey, he'll let you know. Give him a call, 634-DIP. That's 634-3477, or stop by at 909 East Fox Farm Road, #1. Here's a question. Why pay all that money for an expensive airbrush or paint job to get those custom graphics? Go see Randy Peterson at Custom Illusions to get those custom graphics put on through their hydro dipping process. From mild to wild, if it fits, it dips. And if you have any questions, give them a call at 634-DIP. That's 634-3477. Or stop in at 909 East Fox Farm Road, #1. Custom Illusions, your hydro dipping and automotive specialist.
Welcome back to Sheridan High School, Sheridan, Wyoming. First round action in the 4A East Conference basketball tournament. Two teams have already punched their tickets to state. Central Indians boys and Central Indians girls team. Earlier this day, East Thunderbirds, the Lady T-Birds, looking to punch their ticket. They've been the runner-up at the state tournament the last 2 years. As a matter of fact, the last time Lady T-Birds won the state championship was against Laramie in 2010 as number 12, Cox, hits a three. And quickly ahead, Ashton Horsley scores a runner. 24-11 is your score. And they've got numbers, Laramie does. They're unable to do anything about it, though, as Durrell kicks the ball out, Setright with the ball, far side, kicks it back to Dickinson now. Dickinson being guarded by number 11, Erickson and Horsley. Zone defense by East. And Laramie, here we go. 24-11. Pickard with the ball, back to Dickinson. 2:22 left in the third quarter. Make sure you come back for the fourth game of this quadruple header. Your South High Bison taking on the Cheyenne East T-Birds to wrap up the first round. Two good teams. Unfortunately, one of them is going to go home. For you T-Bird fans, I hate to say this, but I hope it's the South High Bison. We are called 11-12 BISN. Number 12, here we go, just passing the ball around. East defense is so good, I don't think you're going to really catch them snoozing. I think Loken and Sierra Stellern know very well who's on the baseline, who's not on the baseline. Sierra Stellern's athletic enough to be able to wrap that up. Loken, see, got set right. Trapped down on the baseline. There's a trap. She tries to bounce it off her leg twice. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. And there's another empty possession for Laramie. Number 1, set right, tried to bounce it off Loken's leg 3 times. 2 times the ball came back to her. The 3rd time it bounced off of Loken's leg right off of her out of bounds. And now it's East ball. Number 5, Titans are checking in. Number 10, Johnson checking in for Laramie. Rodahl almost gets the ball stolen away, and she does get the ball stolen away. Dickinson rolls over. They don't call the turnover. Oh, and number 35, Hersig, reminds everybody that the banks are closed this late. She blocks the ball, gets the ball to Loken. Loken tries to get it to Rodahl, throws it off Rodahl's leg out of bounds. Turnover East. East leads 24-11. 1:13 left in this 3rd quarter. Number 12, Cox, bringing the ball into the front court. She gets it in, gives it off to Dickinson, far side. Now they give it over to Setright, who dribbles it right out of bounds. 2 consecutive turnovers by Setright from Laramie. So now East will inbound. That's going to be Loken inbounding for the Lady T-Birds. Number 32, Bastion checking in for Laramie. She's checking in for Setright. East lining up. They get the ball inbound to Rodahl. Trapping pressure. They get it over to Hersig. Over to number 10, Loken, who dishes it off to Sierra Stellern, who gets fouled on her way up by Dickinson from Laramie. It's going to be the 3rd foul on Laramie, only the 2nd foul on Dickinson. That's going to send Sierra Stellern to the free throw line. She has not scored anything this game either. 73% free throw shooter on the season. Dude, they called the foul on Titzer, actually. Free throw is up is good. Her first point ups the East lead 25-11. 53 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. East is 8 minutes and 53 seconds away from punching their ticket back to state. She hits both of them. 2 points for Sierra Stellern, and there's a travel by number 12, Cox, and she knew it. She even agreed to the ref. Turnover Laramie. East leads 26-11 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Turnover East. Now quickly ahead. There's a travel. They don't call it. Number 10 gets the ball back to Dickinson from Laramie. Dickinson gets it over to number 10, and she's fouled. I'm going to say it's Loken. Let's just make sure. Yep, Loken picking up her first foul. 4th foul on East. Cosette set to check in for Rodahl. So both Stellern sisters are in, so I'll be calling them by their first names. Cosette, number 43, Sierra, 15. Laramie gets the ball in. That's Dickinson with it. 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. East leading, and it's stolen away, almost stolen away by Hersig. And there, number 5, Titzer, steps out of bounds. She saved the ball, which was good. She just happened to step out of bounds on that. So Loken gets the ball in, gets the ball back now. She gets it into the front court. Here comes a trap from Laramie. She almost travels. And timeout East. 19 seconds left. 30-second timeout, 26-11. Want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors out there. If you're watching the video, the sponsors are coming up here in just a second. The SCCDA, Laramie County Community College, and YDOT, sponsors of the Cheyenne South basketball team in the summer. S&J Science pregame. Sorry we couldn't get the pregame show as long as we wanted to today, as we had to get set up here. Capital Communications Incorporated, Mile High Lawn and Tree Care, Misty Woods for number 1 properties, Buck Homes, Benchmark Engineering, a proud sponsor of the Junior Bison Tackle football team, American Storage and Postal, Dairy Queen Grill and Chill. Those are the sponsors of 1112 BISN that help us get up to these games. Want to shout out to South High Bison as well, as they, Scott Noble, helped make sure that we are able to bring you this video coverage, as Ashton Horsley had the ball stolen from her by number 12, who double dribbled on her way into the layup. So no basket there. Loken into Horsley. Horsley is fouled as she tried to get by. That's only going to be the fourth foul on Laramie. It's going to be on number 5, Tittenser, for a second. Both teams with 4 fouls. Cosette with the ball now. She passes it forward to number 15, Sierra. And now Loken with the ball to Cosette. Cosette puts up a jumper at the end of the time buzzer, and she misses. And we're going to go into the fourth quarter with the Lady Thunderbirds leading 26-11 over the Lady Plainsmen. Stay tuned for fourth quarter action on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Are you a high school student that has received an academic, athletic, music, or any other type of high school letter? If you are, then bring your letter and your letterman's jacket to A Stitch in Life, located at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard, and have them sew that patch onto your letterman's jacket for you. Specializing in sewing, tailoring, and embroidery, A Stitch in Life will bring your letterman's jacket to life. Give A Stitch in Life a call at 307-426-5009 or visit them at 1024 East Pershing Boulevard and let them know 1112 BISN sent you.
This is number 46, Shane Dosaver from the South High Bison football team, and you are listening to the game on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
This is Allen, 1112 BISN, back with fourth quarter action as the Lady Thunderbirds are just 8 minutes away from punching their ticket back to state so they can try to get over that hump of being the runner-up at the 4A state championships. There's a good look at the East huddle in the fourth quarter, right at the start of the fourth quarter. East will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. And that's what we're waiting for now. Lady Thunderbird scored 9 points in that third quarter. Lady Plainsmen, 3. Lady Plainsmen have scored exactly 3 field goals this game. Evans with the ball for East. She goes far side. Actually, she gives it to Hersig at the free throw line. Gives it over to Stellern, who turns the ball over. That's going to be a foul. It's either going to be on Erickson or Stellern. They're going to call it on Erickson. That's going to be her second. Team 5th. Laramie has the ball. Turnover, Lady T-Birds. Up by 15. A lot of pressures on the Lady Plainsmen. They've only scored 11. They got to score 15 just to tie the game, and that's without giving up points. Kayla Evans quickly steals it, gives it over to Erickson. Jumper, she hits. Erickson with 6 points in the game. First points of the second half. Laramie facing some very heavy full court pressure by the Lady Thunderbirds. Dickinson gets it in now to Cox. I'm sorry, that's Bastian. He gets it over to Cox. Cox slips, and it's going to be stolen away, and that's going to be Kayla Evans going in for the layup, and she gets it. Basket counts as she's fouled. Her first points of the game. She's fouled by Cox. 5th foul on Laramie. Evans going to the free throw line for her first free throw attempts. Her first free throw attempts of the game. She just picked up her first points. Lady T-Birds lead 30-11 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Free throw is up, and she gets it. 32-11. Sorry, 31-11 now. Stolen away by Erickson. Erickson tries to get the ball down low to Hersig, who turns it over. And now heavy, full court trapping defense. Dickinson gives it over to Setright. Now Setright near side gets by. And they got numbers. Laramie has a 4-on-1. They missed it. That's Tinser goes up for the shot. That goes off of Bastian's head. And there's going to be a foul on Sierra Stellan near side. That's her second foul. 6th foul on the T-Birds. So the next foul on the Lady T-Birds will send the Lady Plainsmen to the line for the single bonus. Setright inbounds it to Bastian. Back to Dickinson. Dickinson to Setright now. Setright holds it up. East in a zone defense. Setright being met by Evans. She goes far side to Tittenser. Back to Setright. They want to hold the ball. They're down by 20 points. Let them hold it as long as they want. That's Tittenser. Gives it off to set right. Back to Bastion. Now back to Dickinson. Dickinson with 2 points this game. All by free throws. So she's made 2 free throws, 2 for 2. Tittenser with the ball. She has not scored yet. Dickinson attacks, kicks it off to set right, near side baseline. She's met by Sierra. Stellern pulls it back out. Good zone defense by East. Hersig steals the ball. Dickinson gets the ball back, and she dribbles it right out of bounds. Turnover Laramie. Another wasted possession as number 2, Durrell, set to check in. She's checking in for number 32, Bastion. Hersig going to inbound for the Lady T-Birds. She gets it into Evans in the backcourt. Evans going to bring the ball into the front court, and she's going to be met by number 5, Tittenser. That's Cosette Stellern with the ball now. Down low feed to her sister, Sierra. Basket is good. Count it. Sierra Stellern gets the basket. She's going to go to the free throw line for a free throw. Give the assist to her sister, Cosette. Well, that was a laser pass, too. Laser pass. Picker checking in for number 10. Number 2, Durrell, picks up the foul. That's her first. That's the 6th foul. Both teams now give up their fouls to give. Stellern's free throw is up and in. She's got 5 points on the night. So does her sister Cosette. There's a steal by Hersig. Tries to get it in. Throws it away. Gets the ball back. Now Erickson with a nice little head fake. Goes in. Jump. Stops. Puts up the shot and misses, but is fouled. Number 45, Pickard, with the foul. 7th team foul on Laramie. So Erickson going to the free throw line for 2. She's got 6 points. First free throw. Just a little short. Her first free throws of the night. Erickson on the season shoots 45% from the free throw line. Set right being checked out of the game. Number 12, Cox back in. Second free throw is up, and she hits it. So she's got 7 points. Durrell being hounded. And it's, Cosette almost had the ball. Almost had the steal for East. Laramie will inbound. Cosette gets checked out of the game by Loken, who's checked in. So on the floor is Evans, Horsley, Brodall, Sierra Stellern, and number 10, Loken for the Lady Turn. Ooh, there's a nice move by Tittenser. She kicks it out right off of Cox's hands. Tittenser drove baseline. She could have actually pulled up for the layup. Instead, she gave it over to Cox for the three-pointer. She turns it over. East has the ball. That's Brodall going to inbound. She gets it into Evans. Evans actually is overthrown. Pickard gets the steal. And now Dickinson has the ball. She almost gets it stolen by Evans. Pickard gets the loose ball. Gives it off to Cox, far side. She comes near side. Dickinson lines up for a three. She misses. That's going to go out of bounds. East ball, 4:51 left in this ball game. East leading 35-11 on the Dairy Queen scoreboard. Brodall is going to inbound. She gets it into number 10, Loken, who gets it off to Horsley. Horsley into the front court, beats the double team, goes baseline, gives it over to Sierra. Sierra puts up the layup, up and in for Sierra Stellern. She's got 5 points in this quarter, 7 on the game. 37-11 is your score. Laramie just unable to get any offense going with this. And there's another turnover as now Loken with the ball gets into the front court, far side to Horsley. Horsley getting double teamed, and there's going to be a held ball, and that's going to be East ball anyways. Laramie ball. East turnover. Laramie with 3 field goals in the game so far. They are 2 out of 6 from the free throw line. Set right, gets the ball into the front court. She's quickly double teamed. And she gets the ball to Durrell before there's a tie-up. I'm sorry, that's Tittenser. Tittenser gets the ball, stolen away by Evans. Brodall with the ball for East. She's going to slowly bring it into the front court. She's going to be met by Tittenzer. Gets it into the front court. Nice drive. She kicks it out, but she's fouled as she was getting ready to pass the ball off. That's going to be a 1-and-1. It's going to be number 5, Tittenzer, with her third. Brodall going to the free throw line for the first time since early in the third quarter. She's got 6 points, looking for her 7th. East leads 37-11 with 3:52 left in the game. Free throw is up. She misses the front end, and it's rebounded by Pickard from Laramie. Pickard kicks it over to Dickinson now. Dickinson's going to dribble the ball into the front court. She gets the ball into the front court. She's met by Evans. She goes far side. Long three from Cox. She banks it in. I don't think I heard her call it. She got glass on that one. Anyways, it's a 3, regardless if she called it or not. Loken with the ball back to Evans. Evans, far side to Brodall. Brodall with the ball being guarded by Cox. Down to Loken. Loken runs into Pickard, loses the ball, and that's going to be out of bounds Laramie as Setright dove to the floor to save it. Great hustle by Setright. She just couldn't get there in time to save it. 37-14 is your score. Brodall going to inbound for East. She gets the ball into Evans now. Evans back down low to Brodall. Nice little up and under move. Ended up with a hook shot. Missed. Rebounded by Pickard. Pickard gets the ball to Cox. Cox has to stop to get the ball. 2 Lady Plainsmen jump to the floor. Now Cox gets the ball into the front court. Quickly met by the T-Bird defense. Number 10 kicks it back out. And now that's Pickard being guarded by Horsley. Down to Dickinson. Near side baseline jumper missed. Rebounded by Sierra Stellar. And she's going to be hounded by number 10, Johnson. Now number 10, Loken gets the ball for East. She quickly gets the ball over to Kayla Evans. Evans down low to Horsley. Horsley puts up the layup. She misses, and the ball's on the floor. 2 Lady Plainsmen jump to get it. Lady T-Bird's on the floor. There's going to be a travel as Pickard rolls over. You can't do that. 37-14 is your score, and East will have possession as number 11, Erickson, checks back in for Ashton Brodall. Brodall on the night, 6 points. Erickson with the 3. She misses it. Rebounded by Dickinson from Laramie. Dickinson now dribbling the ball into the front court. Met by Evans. She drives to the basket. Layup. Misses. Rebounded Pickard. Setright with the 3. She misses. Rebounded. Oh, it's going to be off of Dickinson's hands. I don't know why Laramie hasn't done this all game long. I mean, yeah, you're down 37-14. I know you don't want to get into a shooting contest with the East Thunderbirds, but it's better than holding onto the ball. I mean, they've gotten to the basket pretty easily this quarter when they just haven't hit it. And now it's Ashton Horsley into the front court. She's quickly trapped. She gets the ball to Erickson. Erickson's fouled. She's going to be fouled by number 45, Pickard. That's going to be her 4th. 8th foul on Laramie. So Erickson going to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. She's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She's got 7 points on the night. Loken and Ashton Horsley get subbed out. 2 minutes left in this ball game. Make sure you tune into the 4th broadcast of tonight. SouthHighBisonAthletics.com. You'll see the link for the South versus East game. Erickson hits the front end. She'll get the bonus. That's her 8th point of the night. She gets ready to shoot her next free throw. Up. Just a little long, but guess what? She hustles down her own rebound. Now Sierra's trapped down to the baseline. She gives it off to Erickson. Down low to number 22 who's checked into the game. Sanders. I'm assuming that's Sanders. That's who I have. She's fouled. She's going to the free throw line. It's going to be a 2-shot foul. No, it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Morgan Sanders on the season, 27% from the free throw line. Free throw is up and misses, but she'll get another chance at it as number 14 from Laramie checks in. That's Binning. Number 4, Cox, checking back in. Mass substitutions now. Number 33 Warden for Laramie. Number 32, Bastion back in. Number 30, Klingman in. Ooh. Number 13 for East, Wilson is in. I'll try to get it all right. If I don't, I do apologize. Number 14 from East with the rebound. Number 11 from East gets it. She kicks it out. Number 13 with the three with the long two. She misses. Number 14, Kanzler gets the ball. Kanzler with the ball again. She turns around and she travels. I fight all night to get all these names right, and they sub them out. Gosh darn it. I know number 4 is Cox, and there's like 3 Coxes on the floor right now. So that's an easy name not to forget. 32 Bastion gets the ball back on the baseline, near side. She throws it actually off at number 13 from East, Wilson, but they're going to call it out of bounds on Laramie. So Wilson inbounds to Erickson. Erickson going to bring the ball in. 1:14 left in the game. East leading 38-14. She drives by, tacks. Nice tacking basket there by Erickson. She gets the bucket. And Laramie quickly into the front court. Number 4 off to Bastion. Down low to number 30, who gets it stolen away by Wilson, who goes far side. Kicks it back out to Erickson. Erickson near side to number 32. She puts up a 3, and she hits the bottom of the net. East still leads 40-14. 45 seconds left. Number 4, Cox from Laramie, gets the ball. She comes to the front court. She quickly backs out as she was double teamed. Both Laramie teams about to see another early exit. They're not going to make it to state again. There's a 3 attempt. Rebounded by number 13, Wilson. She gives it off. Well, she keeps it herself. She goes far side, picks up her dribble, now gives it off to Erickson. Erickson comes near side, pulls up, nowhere to give it to. She gives it down low to number 14. She puts up the shot, misses. It's going to be rebounded by Laramie, but she falls, and she's going to get called for the travel. Number 14, Kanzler, put up the shot, unable to get it to fall. Erickson going to inbound. Number 22 actually is going to inbound. That's Sanders. She gets the ball, inbounds it to Erickson. Erickson gets it down low. Number 22 gets on the board. 2 points. This game's going to be over. And there's your final score. The Lady Thunderbirds are going back to state as they win this game 40-16. That's going to be enough on this broadcast here. Make sure you go to the next link found at SouthHighBisonAthletics.com as the game capper of the night. Your Cheyenne South Bison take on the Cheyenne East Thunderbirds here in about 10 minutes on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Is your home beginning to look like an episode of Hoarders on the A&E Network? Then head over to American Storage and Postal. With 555 storage units ranging from 5x10 to 12x42, they'll have the right size unit that fits your needs. American Storage also has warehouse units with heat, phone, and power. No need to worry about the security of your belongings because American Storage is equipped with 24-hour video surveillance and a computer-controlled entry system to ensure the safety and security of you and your property. So before the clutter pushes you out of your house, call American Storage at 307-635-9335 or go see them at 1903 South Greeley Highway and tell them 1112 BISN sent you.